Okay, we are live,
Awesome.
aren't we? All right, cool. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody that is going to be watching this tonight or watching this some other time in YouTube land. We are going to be going over some really good stuff, and we created, this hangout and this platform because we understand the struggle inside of the home business industry. And we know a lot of people, one of the biggest areas people struggle with is marketing. But instead of just focusing on, all the struggles, we have created a 12-step program that can truly help people get out of the pit of where they're at, no matter what home business that you're in, and start creating a new way that you market your business so you can reach the top compensation plan, so you can start recruiting more people into your business, increasing more sales, however that you do it. And you will be doing this online, because the truth is that this being online is now mandatory. It isn't, oh,
Okay,
let me
we
just
are
think about
live.
it. It's
All right, cool.
it's
Awesome. Well,
oh, is there?
welcome everybody.
Yeah, hold up. You guys got that feedback?
Yeah, is it from the
Yeah.
HBA site? If you can just mute the HBA site, and you can still watch the comments coming in.
You know what? I did have it up, didn't I? I didn't even realize I had it up. All right, am I
That's all right.
good?
You're good.
All right, sorry about that. Sort of coming in and okay, cool. Okay, cool. Well, there's a lot of really actually exciting things going on. So I don't know when people are going to be watching this, because we got some really good things going on inside of all of our businesses, and we'll talk a little bit about that tonight. But ultimately, we have simplified a way to help people in their business, and now we have added something inside of our personal team that's going to help people simplify it even more to help them grow their home businesses. So I'm really excited tonight. I've been really busy today putting together some different stuff. I've been connecting with some really big leaders today. As a matter of fact, I was on the phone with a leader inside of the industry who I adore her to death. Um, and her and I have wanted to partner together on some things. And so we're scheming up some things to help more and more people, to help, because that's really what it comes down to, right? And that was the intention of building this. Building this group and building this team, because everybody here on this panel, and there's others that aren't here too, is that we're just people that want to help people. And one of the best ways to do that is just to get out there and start helping people. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be some big guru. You don't have to have some big name. You don't have to have some big brand. You just have to have a willing heart. You don't need a license to help people. You really don't. But the intention of this, like I said, this group in the Home Business Anonymous, is because we just wanted to help people. We just wanted to create a way we can support people, and we really want to teach others. Because one thing when you start your own business, right, especially a home business, it can get very noisy. But then at the same time, you can feel very alone, right? You can feel very, very, very alone, and it can be intimidating because you're in a new element. Maybe you come from a job or another business or maybe another skill set, and you've decided to take on this new skill set, and it can be very uncomfortable. It really can. For myself, I've been in the home business industry for 5 years, and it's been like this for 5 years, right? Until I plugged into a system and I really started to learn all the ins and outs of marketing, and there's a way to do it right. There really is, and it can take some time. I can be very, very confident in telling you with what I know, but that doesn't guarantee that you're going to have any success, because the truth is that everybody goes through a learning curve, right? Everybody goes through a learning curve. And some of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight, they are definitely more advanced to the average person, right? But I will tell you this, these skill sets will set you apart, and the value and that we're going to be teaching tonight. These skill sets pay 6 and 7 figures online. They really do. Like if with the skill sets that I have now, and even people on this panel, if we wanted to go to a company and create a job for ourselves, it would be worth well over 6 figures at least, because these skill sets are that critical. And these are skill sets that can take your home business to a whole new level. And it's not that difficult. It's really not. If you are a willing person that is willing to be coachable and to and kind of step outside the box a little bit, right? Step outside the box a little bit. Because if you're struggling, if you're banging your head up against the wall, and if you want to learn the proper way to market, well, that's why we've created the Home Business Anonymous. So we're going to go over some good stuff tonight, and let's just dive down into it. Unless anybody else wanted to jump out really quick and say anything.
Just that I'm excited about tonight's topic. Ready to talk about it.
Okay, cool. Well, you know what? If you're excited, why don't you go ahead? I'll actually pass it over to you, Emily. I have some good notes. I actually, and I know you do too, and other people on the panel do too, but I apply a lot of these strategies. And these strategies really can help you grow any home business. They really can. So let's just get that straight, right out the gate. But there's a way. As you see, the headline for tonight is, how to double, triple, quadruple your email open rates. And let me tell you something. If you do not have an email list for your, let's say you're growing a home business, right? And you are from scratch, you're offline, right? You're offline, and you are calling your friends and family, you're doing home parties, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You're doing hotel meetings, you're doing one-on-one appointments. There's nothing wrong with that. That stuff does work. But here's the thing. There's a way to actually just take that marketing right there and make a little bit of a shift online with what we're going to talk about tonight that could organize you, it can automate you, it can increase your sales, you can recruit more reps, and you can create more peace and harmony in your life. Because one of the things about the home business industry is it can be very chaotic. It really can. When you're trying to service, once you do build a clientele or once you do build a team, you can find yourself all over the place. So some of the strategies, and I'm going to have Emily start, who's been online for a very long time. She can introduce herself, those of you that don't know her. But these strategies can take you from all that chaos offline, and you can apply what we're talking about tonight and get involved with our team that can help any business and organize it, automate it, make your life better so you are making more sales and there's more harmony in your home and in your business. So, but Emily, I'll let you start it off tonight.
Okay, well, thanks, Katie. Yeah, thanks again, everyone, for coming on tonight, or if you're watching this, replay. I got started online in 2010, but I had been in the network marketing industry since 2004. And, I was always told the fortune is in the follow-up. Everything is about your list. The only difference between writing down a list of everyone that you've known since you were in kindergarten and getting a name and phone number of everyone you've known all your life, and online, is that you're getting a name and an email, sometimes just an email, of people who have purposely given it to you. And tonight we're not talking about traffic. That's probably another hangout for another day. But as far as having an email system to follow up with a continuously growing list, it needs to be continuously growing, is a multi-million-dollar skill set that you have to develop. And when I got online, I had no idea. Well, email. I'm already blogging. Why is that not sufficient? Because you want to have people's contact information to be able to keep them updated, to market to them, for them to be able to, come back to you, with you giving them, blog posts or any updates that you're doing in your business. You want to have that continuous contact, connection with your list. And I had no idea how to do this. I didn't even know how often I was supposed to email or anything like that. And it wasn't until March of last year that I really started to study email marketing. And I studied by simply opting into a bunch of other leaders' emails. And everyone's different. Everyone's got their own style. And in our team, we're within a bigger team in the system that we're using. We were given a automatic like a campaign follow-up when people opted into our list to learn about the system that we're using, to grow their business online. We were given like a 90-day follow-up pre-written email series that we could just load up and let it go. And people that opted into our list would get those emails. But I also, started writing my own emails, and I noticed that the pre-written emails weren't getting opened, like, at all. But my my humble emails were, and it just baffled me because these emails were written by a successful marketer, and what it was is I was not speaking in my own voice. So I want to go into some of the content of this training, but I just want to emphasize to you how important it is to write your own emails and how important it is to speak in your own voice. And as the year went by last year, when I was on all of these online leaders' emails, I started paying attention. I never open this leader's emails. I never do. I'm just not inclined to. So I would unsubscribe from them, and I started paying attention to who I was, which emails I was opening, what was catching my attention, why was I clicking on their links, and I started paying more attention to them. And so when I write an email, and I'll get into the content now. You really have to write an email like you're writing to one person, because we're all when you have a business online, you have to narrow down who your target market is. You have to narrow down that avatar that you've created for your target market that you're going to speak to in all of your emails, in all of your blog posts, in all of your videos, even as you're sharing updates on Facebook and other social media. So it's very important to speak to that one person, because it's not in just some email, of a bunch of emails that are going to spit money at you. These are people who are looking for some kind of help, looking for someone to lead them in some way. And although all leaders have, they do different things. Leaders that I unsubscribe to simply because I couldn't keep up with their emails, or their emails really weren't speaking to me. That was just me. Their emails obviously speak to other people because they're very successful. You're going to have to test your emails as you go along and find what your sweet spot is. You're going to have to find out how long your emails are going to be, how often you should email people, and see what kind of results you get from that. So it is a bit of a a learning process as you're doing it. And something that I want to share from the training that that this hangout is about tonight is that I actually started doing something that I learned from a young man who's 22 years old. In the past year, he's made over $250,000, and he shared with me his email process. where when people come to his capture page, which is a website that has a box for you to put your name and email in exchange for a free video, a free PDF, something of help to the person that came to that website. Once you capture them, you deliver on what you've promised, whether it's that PDF, that video, that whatever it is that you have promised to deliver them. You deliver that to them right away, and you also send them an email real quick saying, hey, um, thanks for opting into my site. Here's that video I promised if you haven't watched it already. And then the next day, because he only does a as far as an automatic messages follow-up system after someone opts in, because I was having 30 to 90 emails that were going out. He only did about between 5 and 10, and then the rest of them were just broadcast emails that he wrote in real time and was sending out to people. His second day email was just a reminder saying, hey, just making sure you got this video and that you watched it. And if we haven't already, connect with me on Facebook. Let's connect. I want to be able to help you with your goals. And then for the next 5 days, he had a 5-day video series on helpful tips for online success. And I started doing this email follow-up system that he used, and I started noticing more people were opening my emails, more people were clicking on the links. I've gotten sales from this, and as far as broadcasts after that, because he emphasized on not just constantly bombarding people with buy this now, buy this now, buy this now. Oh, hey, here's your free gift. Now buy this now, buy this now, buy this now. Which, unfortunately, some campaigns that I've used were all that. We're all about buy this, buy this, buy this. But when you have someone come in and say, here's this free gift I've given you, and then you surprise them by over-delivering with 5 more videos of here's some helpful tips for you. And then at the end of those 5 videos, you have the business that you're in, the system that you're using, and say, this is the system I use. You can check it out here. Click the link below. And that's more of a sell. Now, throughout the rest of the time that you have someone on your list, you want to be continuing to give them value. And I do a ton of how-to videos that I've got, people always go to those videos. I have a ton of how-to videos on YouTube. So I put those on my blog, and then I share a link to my blog with my email list. That way they're able to go to my blog, read my content, and watch my videos as well. And that's what I do on a weekly basis. Now I also share stories. When I first started with this system, I had, brand new, no results. I had no story to share, for myself. But I had a bunch of team members that had a bunch of results. So I was constantly sharing stories whenever someone would say, hey, I just had my first $3,000 day, or hey, I just, I just got 1,000 leads by doing this. I would share that story with my email list. And as far as updates, updates in that you have, say you have a special discount in your business, or your system is running some sort of special that they can only get for a limited time. You want to be doing that. I mean, you want to do that because that's why you're in business, to make money, right? But you want to be doing that maybe 1 week out of the month versus every single email that you send. Because if you're constantly saying buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, your email list is eventually going to tune you out and unsubscribe. Now, I don't want you to be afraid of unsubscribers, because actually unsubscribers is a good thing. They're not what you have is, they don't want what you have to offer. That's fine. But you want to be nurturing your list by giving them value, sharing stories with them, giving them content that is helpful to them. Let them know you, like you, trust you. I typically write very short emails because most of my emails is linking to a blog post or it's linking to a video, and I send them there. But I sometimes have, especially when I'm writing and sharing stories with them, I'll get a little inspiration on a time in my life when I overcame something, and I'll write a super long email. But that's something that you have to find out for yourself. You have to see how your list responds, because these are living, breathing people, and you will have to test and see what it is that your list responds to or not. So, Katie, I hope that was helpful. I didn't want to take up too much time so that everybody else could speak. But I have been following this strategy actually before I was listening to this training, and I'm really excited because when I finally started doing my email follow-ups and my broadcasts like this, I started seeing, my statistics in my back office in my email system. More people were opening them up, more people were clicking them, and then getting signups. So I'm excited about continuing with this follow-up system with emails, because as I said, when I came on, the fortune is in the follow-up. Not everyone who comes to we got some noise. Not everyone that comes to your website the first time is going to buy. In fact, it's a very small percentage. Most of your buyers are going to come for people who have been on your email list for a good 6 months or longer. I mean, Katie had someone sign up the other day who I think had been on her list for a year or something. But I hear that from leaders all the time. They have people who have been, on their email list for 2 years, and then they finally decide to join. And that's why you always want to be continuing to grow your list, because you're not just going to get a certain amount and then, sit on them and wait until they hatch. No, you want to constantly be building your list. But anyways, I hope that was helpful to y'all.
No, that was awesome, and you just nailed it. I mean, like, for example, here's what I think of, right? I think of, yeah, there's a way to do it online, and because we've all of us have been online for a while, and we've been learning, and we know the ins and outs, and we're learning, really not just to create an email, but how to get the email to open, right? How to get someone to really be interested in what it is that you want, that they want to hear, right? So I keep thinking of that offline home business owner, right, who is just all over the place, and they're having these events, and they're getting people to sign in, and they're getting people to give them their email, and they're getting people to give them their number, right, and all that kind of stuff. But it's such a pain in the butt, right, to like kind of organize all that and create a systematic way to communicate, because the truth is you're going to get some people at an event or a party or something like that that's interested, people that are ready to buy on the spot, and then you're going to get other people that are like, I don't know, or they might complain about money or whatever. But creating a follow-up system such as email is so critical, because if you can do that, you can do what Emily was just saying, is that I've done business, or I've had my list now that I've been growing online. Actually, technically for a few years now, I've had the system that I use, and there's people after a year of seeing my emails, they're ready to get started in business, right? Or they may get ready for, in other cases, buy a product that you have, right? And there's a systematic way to organize all that, to automate that, especially for the offline home business owner and for the online business owner, home business owner, right? Where you're trying to create a way to capture more leads, to get more sales, to get people to be interested in what it is that you have, because you can start a business, and in some cases there's that rare person that they already have a big network of people, and they build, and how do they grow their business so fast? Because they have a network of people. It's no different than having an email subscriber. It's no different. It's no different than having thousands of emails and getting people that are interested to what you have online or the business that you have. And there's a process to doing that. And Emily, you nailed it. Like, you know, a lot of times when people come online, one thing that's very important, or that's very powerful, is that you come online and you kind of have ready-made emails oftentimes with different systems. And we have ready-made emails on our teams, and we work with different things and already have ready-made emails. And that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great place to start, right? So you can just get going, you can get plugged in, you can just copy and paste and get moving. But when you really start stepping out, right, and you really want to start taking it to the next level, that's what we're talking about tonight, is that, you know, there's that offline home business owner that can come online and create these strategies right out the gate. And then there's that online home business owner that, you know, you might be struggling talking to your list or talking to your subscribers, or even building a subscriber list. And one of the ways to do that is to just sit down, and here's what I did. Emily, she watched me do it, right? She's watched me do it with this system. Is I just sat down and I just started writing out my own emails. I did. And I just, you know, I mean, I kind of go up and down. There's different ways to market with emails. There definitely are. There's that quick and to the point, where you have basically, there's 3 parts to the message in an email with copywriting. And you just hit 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, and you get in, you know, the call to action, right? Which is the call to action to maybe join your business or to buy your product, right? There's that quick way, and it actually still works, but there's a way to do it. And then there's the way where you can just start being authentic and just being yourself and being you, so people can get to know, like, and trust you, right? And that's why these skill sets are so critical to learn on your own over time. I'm not saying in the beginning you can do the basics, but over time, this is how you're going to set yourself apart. This is how you're going to get people to start opening up your emails. This is how you're going to get people to, like, wow, this is a real person, right? And, like, one of the strategies that we do that works like a charm is we, you know, send people to our blog. You know, if you don't have a blog and you're online, or you're wanting to come online, you need a blog. Period. End of story. As a matter of fact, there's a link below this video. You can click that link and you can go ahead and get your blog, and you can start marketing your business the right way. You can start collecting subscribers, start speaking to the audience that actually wants to hear about your business, because there's an audience out there for it. You don't want to start, you know, eventually your friends and family are going to cap out, right? Or you got to network and prospect like crazy, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. You can absolutely do that. But when you kind of bring it all back to, if you want to automate it, right, and you want it to be successfully automated, these strategies, you know, of, like Emily was saying, and this is stuff that we do, like, if I want to speak to a particular audience, right, I can easily set up a quick email autoresponder, right, which is called an autoresponder. Those that aren't familiar with that, I wasn't familiar with that. I had no idea what an autoresponder was when I came online. I'm like, what the heck is that? And I will tell you, I didn't get it when I first came online. I didn't get collecting emails. I didn't get building subscriber lists. I didn't get it. I really didn't. But now that I've been online for a while, and I see what people really desire. People just want to be talked to, right? And there's a systematic way of doing that. You know, you don't have to set up 1,000 different emails. You set up 5, right? Maybe 10 if you want to. And just, you know, speaking to them, sending them to your blog, letting them get to know you, giving away value, like Emily was saying, how to, like what we're doing tonight, right? Tonight is a great example of how we do things. We're just telling you, we're adding value by just saying, hey, look, you know, and you know what? The information that we're giving, every single one of us has paid time and dues, upwards of thousands of dollars to learn this information, right? So don't take this lightly, what we're telling you, right? We decided we would start opening it up and saying, you know what, we're just gonna give people the reality and the value to help them grow their business, right? And we really hope, we really do, our intention is that people gain something from what we're giving away free and helps them grow their business. And if you do gain valuable information with this, please inbox us on Facebook or whatever, and find us and let us know and give us that testimony. So I might move on to Gail if you've got anything you'd like to.
Yeah, I started emailing from a different perspective. I did the same as Emily. I subscribed to all the marketing gurus online, and I studied the emails, but I actually started applying it to a mail order business that's a client of mine. And it took about a year, but for the last 3 years, because of coming up with consistent ways to email, we've been awarded being in the top 2% of Constant Contact's entire client base for conversion rate. Now, the conversion rate are the people that actually click through the link to your offer. So that's something that just is a little proof of how powerful email is to your business. Now, I will say that email gets them 80% of their sales. That's another key statistic that you want to be aware of. We do other things. We do social media marketing. We do the Holy Trinity, I call it, which is a blog, a website, because they sell actual physical product, and emailing. And those 3 things are getting us 6 figures a year. So this isn't stuff to be taken lightly. We've also gotten to the point where by doing those 3 things, 50% of all their customers are new customers. So once the visibility came out there, it happened. And it goes along with this training on the emailing. A lot of it was building the relationship. These 3 gentlemen had hidden behind their logo for 40 some odd years. The minute I started putting pictures of the 3 of them into their emails, we started getting emails back saying, thank you, I can finally see who I'm doing business with. So I can't emphasize enough the effect of putting your personal picture by your signature. The other thing that was a big help was I not only encouraged Facebook, but they have Pinterest and Twitter and all of that. I put it in their signature so that every time they send an email to vendors, to any place else, they're also getting their name out there and getting people to watch them on those social media sites. And one other thing I wanted to add, I don't want to take too long, but or 2 other things. I also learned by watching statistics what time of day and which days of the weeks work best for their sales. Because as you train your audience, and that's what you're doing with email, you're training your audience on, number 1, who you are, what you have to offer, and whether to open you or not. We found a specific time on a certain day, and for their sales offers of the week, that goes out. I don't care if I'm 6 feet under, that email goes out that time of day every week, and they get consistent sales because of it. I can almost tell them within pennies how much money they're going to make a week. So again, another area of your business where consistency has to be there. You can't be sporadic with emails. You have to be consistent because there's too many people out there. You'll get lost in the crowd real fast if you don't train your people to know when to expect your emails. So if you're going to do it once or twice a day, pick a time in the morning, pick a time in the evening. Check your audience and see where they're from in the world maybe, and adjust for time zones. That's another thing that people don't really mention. And then the last thing is, one of the things that's good to write about in emails are how-tos or answering questions from customers or the audience that you're trying to hit. If you're new to this game, or you're drawing a blank on material, don't forget, you can go out to Google and search for forums on the type of business you're trying to market to. Go through some of those forums and read what people are asking each other for questions. That'll tell you what people are looking for. And then you can see what the answers are or how people are answering those things. Write about it in your emails. Just check your facts, but it gives you additional subject matter to email about to give value. So those are my nuggets for tonight.
Yeah, you know what? Those are huge nuggets too, because I mean, if a corporation was watching this right now, right, that's struggling with communicating with their market, right, with their people, they would gain a ton of information out of that, and run with it, because I mean, you Gail, you've been offline, you work with a lot of clients. I mean, you've been around the block, and you've seen things evolve too, right? You've
Yeah.
seen things evolve over time and change, and you've kept up with it. And that's unusual, because that's where most people fail, is they don't keep up with what's working now, right? Because they're scared to change, or they might become overwhelmed with the information. Because let's face it, I mean, when you're trying to grow as a business, you already got enough things on your plate. But there's some things that are worth being on your plate. That's called being productive, right? And effective email marketing for your business, really for any kind of business, is huge. It's huge. And when you know who your target is, you know who your market is, right? They're gonna hold on. Something popped up in my face. I was like, hold on. Right? They're gonna want to open, and they're gonna want more information, and it's really gonna build that rapport. So that's huge. Does anybody else want to?
There's one other thing I want to add, Katie. I can't emphasize this enough. I wouldn't have been able to keep up to date without investing in teaching myself this stuff. There's a lot of hours, and there's a lot of behind my education. And the stuff that I've gotten online, I will tell you, is bleeding edge compared to what you're going to get in college. And I found that even though I paid a lot of money, it's not nearly as much as you're going to pay for a college education these days. So I just want to put that out there. If you don't think you can afford college, you don't have to. I do have a degree, but that degree is not in marketing. That degree is in something totally different. So I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, no, well, you bring up a whole nother can of worms, actually.
I couldn't resist, Katie.
Yeah, Emily, go ahead.
I wanted to share something. Like Katie, when I first got started online and people were saying you need an autoresponder, and I was like, what is that? Where you write your emails and to your list, and I was like, a list? Just that people that opt into your capture page. It all just seems so foreign to me, but it's not nearly as complicated as some people try to make it. An autoresponder is simply an email software that allows you to email a bunch of people with one email. And if you have been in the traditional network marketing industry, where you have had home parties, you've called up friends and family, or neighbors, whatever, to do presentations, and you've written down a list of everyone that you know. Email marketing is really not that different, except it is so much more simpler. Is that correct English? I don't know. It's so easy compared to the old way, because writing out a list of people, and then, like Katie was saying earlier, depending on where they are, if they're really they are wanting to buy, maybe they're not ready. You actually don't have to keep a file of all these people in some folder, and then you start pulling out the people that aren't interested and all that. The list actually, this is people who are coming on that want to know more about what you have. And if they don't, they unsubscribe. And you're not worried about keeping up with where this person is in, what they're wanting to do, what goals they have. You're not, keeping tabs on where they are emotionally right now. You just concentrate on providing value, and You're able to do this in one email that goes out to your entire list. And I absolutely love, email marketing now because, I totally get it now. And um, but it's still the same principle as traditional network marketing offline, and that is, you know, building a list, making new contacts every single day, and it is so much easier online. Well, okay, easy can be a relative term. It's so much simpler online in that you have the potential of making thousands of connections, new connections every single day, um, by sharing content online and getting people to your website or your blog or whatever that makes them opt in with their name and their email to continue getting information from you. And it's really, really powerful, like Gail was saying, to say, hey, friend me on Facebook. Let's connect on there. That way they know that you're a real person. And when you continue to give value, they keep coming back for more. There are two people online, and they're kind of in a different industry. One guy is in the personal development um, industry, and another is in more of the ministry industry. And they don't email often, actually, maybe once a week. One of them emails once a week, another couple of times a week. And I look forward to their emails. I cannot wait to open up and read what they have, or click on whatever they have, and just consume whatever content they put out, because they give so much value that when they actually promote something once a month, or however often they do, I am ready to buy whatever it is that they have, because I uh, have really gained so much from, just values that they share, free content that they share, that I'm always ready to buy what they have for a price. So that's something I just wanted to share is, on the other side, I'm trying to give you the side of, you know, uh, as someone who opens up the emails and reads them. Once I started approaching email marketing that way, I started actually studying myself. Why did I opt into this particular website? Why did I go to get this person's offer? Why do I keep opening their emails? Why do I click on their links? Why do I buy their stuff? I really started to pay attention to what I was doing. It was so much easier to say, when I was crafting my emails and my offer and things like that, it was like, is this something that would really get me excited? Is this something that I could really utilize? Is this something that would have just made me go, oh, I wish I had this 3 years ago? And if I can say yes to all of those, then that's what I do. So I hope that was some helpful insight, for you on the other side, besides, being an email marketer, but just looking at yourself as, why does this speak to me? And, how you can use that in your email marketing. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, so many nuggets were dropped tonight. It's crazy, actually. You could go back and listen to this, and if we wanted, we could easily sell this to the masses if we wanted to, but that wasn't our intention of this. It was just to give back value and to really help people understand, what how, like, once again, when I think of what we started here with the Home Business Anonymous, right, with our team, is I really think about that offline struggling home business owner who just doesn't have a clue about any of this stuff, right? But then I also think about the one online who is really hitting their head up against the wall, and they are online trying to learn how to recruit. And it's really for both, right? But I just can't help but think of that offline person who just doesn't have a clue about this world, and how we can you know, our team can help you bypass years of a learning curve with just this strategy tonight. With just this strategy tonight could radically shift your business to recruit more people, to increase your sales, to gain more exposure, to impact possibly thousands of people, you know, if you follow the steps. And I will tell you, we actually have just added on a system to even simplify the process more inside of our system. So when you get started right now, which the link is right below this video, when you get started with this, we're going to walk you through. We've really broken things down so simply. So we'll teach you the basics with email, right? We'll teach you the basics where we already have everything set up for you. You don't have to worry about all the things that we're talking about right now. But over time, right, as you start learning these skill sets and as you start plugging into the team and as you start really gaining a lot of value and applying this to your business, right, then that's when you're going to start setting yourself apart. That's when people are going to be coming to you and they're going to want to pay you top dollar to learn this information. Because let me tell you, leaders inside of this industry, they're not teaching this. Maybe around our world because we're in it and so we see it a lot more, but there's not a lot of leaders and mentors inside of this home business industry that's just going to say, hey, look, let me teach you how to bypass da-da-da-da-da-da, right? You know, there are a lot that do, right? I'm not discrediting anybody, but I know that there's a lot of people out there, they're clueless, right? And sometimes that leader or mentor, and the reason why they're successful is they've just been at it for so many years, and oftentimes they don't have the heart to say, you know, this is going to take you 5 years, which it might. It might take you 5 years to learn this new skill set. It might. I can't guarantee anything because some people are determined. Some people, they might get determined for a little bit and they quit, right? Or some people don't have the confidence. Some people deal with fear and rejection, and that's a whole nother time for a hangout. That's a whole nother discussion. But what we've done is we've simplified it. So right below this video, there's a link, and pull out your credit card, right? It's less than $1 a day to get involved with our team, to get inside, right? And to also get access to a system where we're simplifying even more inside of our system. I mean, it's just going to do nothing but get easier. And as a matter of fact, and in just a couple of hours, I've been able to make about $500 just following this simple little system inside of our system. And just to, like I said, just taking a couple of hours. Now, income disclaimer, I'm not going to guarantee that you would do something like that. I'm not going to guarantee that. But we've made it so easy, right, inside of here. And I can say easy, right? I might be able to use that term easy, and it may not be easy to somebody else. But I will tell you, I've already had someone brand new tonight that just got started with a system we're connected with. And she just inboxed me while we were live on this Hangout, and she's like, is that it? Is that all I have to do? And I'm like, that's it. That's all you have to do to start getting, because here's the thing at the end of the day, in our world, right, in our world, in the online world, there's a process map, right? And inside this process map is how you're going to increase your subscribers, how you're going to increase exposure to your business, how you're going to find a target market that want to hear about your business, that want to hear about your products, right? Those are the people that you want to talk to, because there's 7 billion people on this planet, right? And online, you can move that much faster. So inside of this system, with just, literally a few clicks of a button, it's that simple. We can show you how to start, generating cash flow, if that's what you want to do, if you're willing to invest the time, if you're willing to invest the money, because it's going to take money, right? But there's very few things that I know that you can start getting into profit mode if you just follow directions. So again, income disclaimer, I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I was pretty impressed how I took, a basic information to a cold market, right? To a cold market. So what does that mean? Meaning I'm coming inside of a market, right? Nobody knows who I am, and I am providing a link for them to give their email, right? To get information about what it is that I have, right? And let's pretend this is your business. Imagine you taking a couple hours and doing that and making $500, right? Imagine. Well, that's the beauty of the internet. It really is. That's the beauty of it, and how you can simplify the process, how you can automate the process, how you can double, triple, and quadruple literally your email open rates to get people that want to read your email. Because I've had people say, Katie, don't people get annoyed by emails? No, they don't. Because if you're talking to the right people, they want the information. They want to be on the email. I want to be on email lists. That's the first thing that I look for, because I know how to navigate through emails, right? If you have a hard time with email, then you're going to have to get over that. If you want to start advancing inside of business, this is something, in my opinion, email marketing is the best place to start. If someone says, Katie, all I have is 45 minutes a day. 45 minutes a day because I'm a mom, I have a full-time job, I have this, I have that. I would say, this is what you're going to do. You're going to master email marketing. I'm serious. That's exactly what I would do. I would take them straight to that. And if they could spend 45 minutes a day. Now, it may not take them 45 minutes in the beginning. It might be a little bit longer. But if they want to get it down to 45 minutes, right, that's really all it would take to start increasing more exposure in your business, increasing your sales, increasing your income, and increasing, recruiting more reps inside of your company, if that's the goal, if that's the end goal in mind, right? And this hangout is for people that are struggling inside the home business industry. So we're giving it to you real, we're giving it to you raw, right? So if someone has 45 minutes, this is the strategy I would teach them how to do, right? Now, they would also have to invest on top of that, because there's a learning curve. Right, so there's an investment process, and this, actually, I was going to say it earlier when Gail, you were talking about it. Like, look, you really don't need a college education. This is a college education with the system that we're connected with. It's a multi-million-dollar platform that can teach you multi-million-dollar skill sets, and it's pennies compared to you would pay with college. Pennies that you would pay. You know what to do. The link below is the video. Gail, you got something?
No, I'm just going to back you up on that. It's not only great education, but once you get in here and you get exposure, the type of people that are like-minded that come to you just expands the possibilities of your business. That's what I found personally. That's how I met all of you guys.
Yep.
And grateful I am.
Isn't that interesting?
Amen.
We met online, and look, right? Now we're, see, I mean, that's a great point. Like that, I didn't know who Gail was. When did we meet? When was that? About 6 months ago?
Yeah.
6 months ago, and I feel like I've known you for like 20 years.
Good. Because I'm not going anywhere.
Well, no, I know that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I've known you for that long, and we just met 6 months ago, and because of the skill sets that she brings to the table, it's like, and that's another good point. It's like you start attracting people that are at similar skill sets and are ready to go to the next level, and entrepreneurs looking to work together, right? Looking to work together to lift each other up, to encourage each other, right? Because for me, and people that really, really, really know me, I mean, there's a part of me that's really bold, and there's some days that you won't like me, but there's that other part of me is that, I have such a heart to, to help people open doors in their lives, right? I'm not about whose ego is bigger than whose ego. I'm not playing that. I can play it, right? I can, but it's pointless. It really is. It's pointless. It's really about lifting each other up. It's really about edifying each other. It's really about helping everybody. You know, when you're around the right people, they are going to reach down and they're going to pull you up with them, because the truth is there's a ton of room at the top. And that's why people at the top want to bring more people to the top. People that are at the top and don't want to bring people to the top aren't going to be at the top very long.
No.
They're not going to be there very long. And if they are there for a while, then they've got different things coming in their life. But, you know, a true leader, and it doesn't matter how much money someone's made or where they're at, right? It's whatever rank they're at inside of their company, right? Which I could go on about that crap for an hour, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to be nice tonight. Because I love the industry. I really do. And I'm very open about that. I love the industry, but I've also had some things I don't like about the industry. I don't like it how you're labeled, and they create labels, but I also know that they have to create ranks and stuff like that inside of companies so people have goals to shoot for and stuff. I'm not a big fan of that. You know, for me, it's you know, as long as I'm bringing home the income I need to make, then I'm cool with that. So, but anyways, you know what to do. Look, when you join our team, you're going to get a plethora, I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of information that we're giving away, right? That you can sift and sort through, but we've actually narrowed it down step by step. So there's a link below this video. Go on, pull out your credit card, right? It's not that much. It's less than $1 a day. Seriously, that's insane, right? To get started, right? And then you can scale up over time. So you know what to do. I don't know if anybody has anything else to say. I'm good.
Just that, you know, had I had a team like this when I first got started online, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, pull your thing down. Yeah.
Okay, I had my mic way up. I started with really nobody, no team, no mentor, really, no upline of any kind. I mean, I had a company that I was a part of with an upline that I wanted to get into the witness protection program because of them, but when I started, I was really on my own. I had no idea. A blog. What's that? You know, an autoresponder, a capture page, and where does it go after that? And you know, how do I actually get people to buy? What do I have? How do I start a team? And when I think of what I was going through 4 years ago, I was at the end of my rope, and I actually had looked into getting help, and I found, you know, a business trainer who, you know, I followed and became she was a great mentor to me, which is how I met, you know, Katie Hunt. And people who are really looking for real results are going to find each other. And the fact that you're on this hangout right now, it's because that you've been looking, and what you've been looking for has been presented to you. Because I really believe we reap what we sow, and when we're faithful to pursuing our goals and seeing them become a reality, they're going to become a reality. And that's why I truly believe that we're all here, and why you're on this page right now watching it is because you've been blessed with given the right information, the right tools and systems to use to get where you want to go in your life with your goals, your business, whatever. So and Katie said it, and I want to say it, just click the link below and get started on this team, because we made it with you in mind. We wanted to, we wanted to keep you from suffering the BS that we had to go through to get to this point. So click the link, get started, so that you don't have to go through that mess.
Amen.
Can I just add, this is all about right people, places, and things at the right time. And You know, every step that my business has jumped forward has been about those things happening without me looking. And if I was at the end of my rope a couple times. One when I met my first mentor that jumped my business, and the second time with you, Katie. And you know, if you're feeling that this is the right place, the right people, click the link, because you're going to miss it. We're going to be successful. We want to help as many people be successful as possible. I know personally my goal is to help as many people not skin their knee like I skinned my knee. I'll tell you, I went into the wall head first several times, and just because my stubbornness can get in the way, and I wouldn't ask for help. And I didn't have a group like this to ask for help. So I spend hours of sleepless nights trying to figure stuff out and just killing myself. You don't have to do that. I won't speak for myself because I'll let my own actions speak for myself, but all of these people on this panel, from working with them and being with them in close quarters, I know how talented they all are. And we complement each other. I tend to be over technical. I already noticed tonight Emily's great because she's pulling it back down to the other end of the spectrum, explaining what an autoresponder is when I'm 10 miles ahead of the train telling you how to fine-tune your autoresponder. So it's a good mix, and it's a great opportunity to be able to work with such a complementary team. And I'm not just saying that because we want you to click the link below. It's because we want to help people be successful and not have to go through what we've had to go through in the past. So that's what I have. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Amen. Join us so you can learn how to do the money dance.
Yes.
No, because that's a true, you know, you said it perfectly, and we can end with that. It's, you know, we all complement each other really well, and that's the really cool thing about, you know, we're big believers in just everybody has a skill set to bring to the table. Everybody does. Everybody plays a part, and we created this group, you know, for anybody and everybody, right? We want to teach you how to rise above the noise, and we really don't want to let anybody get left behind. We want to teach people the learning curve, because there's learning curves. But then we want to help you bypass a lot of the bull crap. Let's face it, I tell you what, I've been in this industry, like I said, for 5 years. I've been through more BS than I've even not afraid to talk about. I'll talk about it all day, but that, and Christy, she's on this panel. I mean, I know she's got her picture up there, but she's watched me go through a lot of stuff inside of this industry. And her and I met when I first got started in the industry, when I was having success with my first company. So we've been there, we've done that, and we want to help you bypass, right, the headaches, you know, in your life. So you know what to do. There's a link below this video. Go ahead and get started. We'll plug you into the team. We'll introduce you to everybody and walk you through whatever it is that you need to get your business to the next level. Because clearly, if you're watching this, you're struggling somewhere, right? You're struggling. And if you want to create a $500 day like I did myself, to get involved with, you know, the systems that we have in place to help you literally move really, really fast, we have that in place. And then you can learn to scale up over time and really learn the more advanced strategies over time, because it does take time to learn the more advanced strategies. So there's a link below this video. You know what to do. Go ahead and get started, and we'll see you on the inside of our team.
Bye-bye.